What do you do when you first wake up in the morning? If it's not stretching, then I have a proposition for you. So, stretching just 5 to 10 minutes a day can make the rest of your day better. So, when I wake up in the morning, I'm usually pretty stiff and sore, and stretching not only helps with that, but it also wakes me up a little. So, there are a lot of benefits of stretching. It not only helps your muscles, but it can also help with stress and keep you unstressed throughout the rest of the day. So, first I want to talk about the physical benefits of stretching, when to stretch, and the mental benefit of stretching. So, some of the physical benefits of stretching are, according to Ace Fitness, is stretching can help reduce your risk of injury. And the reason of that is because stretching makes you more flexible, so when a muscle is more flexible, it's less likely to get injured when you make any sudden movements during any activity. And, it also improves your posture and promotes circulation, which is helpful. And it promotes your circulation because when you stretch, blood goes to your muscles, which promotes the circulation. It lowers your blood pressure, and it can decrease muscle stiffness and soreness and increase your range of motion, which also can slow the degeneration of joints. Side topic, a little off speech about range of motion, is my mom was in ballet when she was a kid, and she said that 90% of the time it was just stretching so that they could have the range of motion that they needed. So that is interesting. So one thing to think about is that these benefits aren't just right after you stretch, because when you stretch regularly, these benefits become long-term. So anything you do today, your future self will definitely thank you. So as you can see, stretching has a lot of benefits, but when is the best time to stretch? Ideally, the best time to stretch is before and after being active. And if you're not a very active person, stretching when you wake up or when you go to bed is still super beneficial. And if you're not very active anyway, just stretching just 3 to 4 times a week would be super helpful. Even and if you don't want to set a schedule or anything, just stretching anytime you're stiff or sore can be really good for you. And even just stretching after being worn out after a long day will make you feel much better. And another time you can stretch is when you're feeling stressed out, which is the biggest mental benefit of stretching. Stretching can significantly reduce stress. And part of the reason that stretching reduces stress is that from the physical things that stretching does. So when you're stressed, your muscles are physically tensed and strained, and your blood pressure is a little high, and stretching relaxes your muscles and lowers your blood pressure. So because you're physically unstressed, you will also become unstressed. Also a fun fact is people who have anxiety have much more elevated muscular tonus, which is a fancy way of saying that their inner muscle is a lot stronger because they're constantly tense. And I got that fun fact from the National Library of Medicine. Anyway, I don't want you to think that you have to stretch all the time or that you even have to stretch every day in order to be healthier or less stressed or anything. And also, if you feel like you might want to start stretching but you don't know where to start, You can just stretch in your bed if you want to. You can do it anytime. And also, if you don't know where to start, it's really easy to look up on the internet, and you can even look up specific stretches for what you want stretching to help you with. So if, for example, if you wanted your shoulder to be less tense or sore, just look up stretches to make my shoulder less tense and sore. And that just about does it. And so I hope you've learned the physical and mental benefits of stretching, as well as the times to do that, which hopefully you will. And I also hope that you think about this when you go to bed or when you wake up, and hopefully you'll start a very helpful habit. But you don't just have to take my word for it, because if you do decide to do a little stretching, you'll see that it really does work.